Ooh, this is flying by. To be fair, this has been easier than the Meet Mega streams. Are we enjoying it though, everyone? Are we enjoying it? I hope so. Definitely need that energy though. Wraith Energy, TMGC at checkout, exclusive discount, and it supports the channel. It supports me. Oh yeah, I am slowly. I can imagine it's going to take me a minute, Von, but I am going to just chop them all down into segments, and then I'll be sending like the individual streamers their interview, and then they can do with it what they want, and I'll be reposting them all on YouTube, on Twitter, you know, everywhere. Right, next up we've got GothamMonkey, my boy from the UK, and Smitty, my brother, another streamer who was there from the very start. Two amazing individuals. I'm sure you're loving hearing this over the top of this. No, you're a legend, Von. Appreciate you, brother. Absolute soldier of a guy as well. Right, let's get the boys in. Let's get the boys in. And I keep pressing the wrong button because that's the button that you use on Call of Duty. Gotham, my boy. The monkey is in the building. The meat and the banana. Let's see. Right, let me... When it wants to work. Oh shit.
There he is!
Oh shit!
Oh, finally! Talk to the meat man himself. Oh, it's so
dude,
good hearing your voice.
I said the meat and the banana. Finally intertwining.
Finally. Oh, entwining. Oh, I thought you were going to go touching of... How's it going, Daddy?
Oh, bro, I don't know if you've seen any of it yet, but it's been absolutely amazing. I can't say enough.
I've been catching bits. I was out first thing with the family this morning, so it was a bit, it was a bit of a rush to get back as well.
Yeah.
It's like,
well,
oh, no,
I appreciate you, bro. Like, obviously, you weren't originally in the lineup because we'd not met yet. We met later on in both our journeys.
I understand.
So you stepped in a little later. So I appreciate you accepting the invitation and kind of reaching out and. You know,
yeah, I appreciate it.
Because you are someone who has the energy on your stream is something that I love. Like, I love your streams.
I'm glad you see energy because beforehand I am tired as shit.
Well, I can appreciate it. That's the life of a streamer, isn't it?
I'm like you. Quick, have a coffee, energy drink, whatever before stream.
Well, I'm on my second. To be fair, I've been good. We're nearly 5 hours in, and I'm on my second.
Yeah,
Smitty, we spoke last night. How was the stream, brother?
Hey, what's up?
Hey, Smitty.
Hey guys, what's up? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we've got you.
All right, cool.
Everything's
great here.
I love this as well because obviously, when I didn't realise when I set up this lineup with you and Gotham are also in each other's streams, so you know each other well. So I was,
actually,
I was absolutely thrilled.
Gotham, actually, I'm gonna give him credit for me still streaming. He saved my streaming career, honestly. He reached out to me at a dark point and helped me out massively. Guys, I need to pause real quick. My son is completely naked. I got to put a diaper on him.
No worries. I'll hit Gotham up first. Gotham.
Yeah.
Life of a parent. Life of a parent.
Yeah.
Right, Gotham, let the people know who you are, what your content consists of, all that good stuff.
Yeah, sure. Well, name's GothamMonkey. Streamer from the UK as well, like yourself, Mr. Meat. I'd say I'm pretty much a variety streamer these days. I started just doing mainly Fortnite, but my very first game, Resident Evil 4, I actually streamed the whole of that just by talking to myself, so that was how it starts for a streamer sometimes, you know, that one viewer who is actually just you.
Yes, yeah.
You know, that's how you get used to it. You know.
I love that. God, I love that. We've broken down the wall, the streaming wall. Anyone listening to this right now, I'm a parent. Gotham, have you got kids? I believe you got kids.
Yeah, there's four of them here.
Anyone watching this that isn't a streamer, what I'm listening to right now on Smitty's Edit is my life. Like you'll be go live. You'll have everything set out. Like you set up whatever your setup is, and then you think, right, I'm good to go. Like the kids are in bed, the missus is in bed. Like, oh, it's all chill, right? Go live, and then you'll see the door open, and there'll be like a kid in his pants going, Daddy, I need like whatever. And you're like, oh shit.
Don't leave the laptop alone.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Alright. Oh, I'm back, guys. Sorry about that.
No, that's absolutely fine. So, Smitty, tell the people a bit about yourself, what your content consists of, you know. Let them get to know you a little bit before I get into the meat and potatoes. Or the
Absolutely. My name's King Smitty, guys. Content-wise, I'm a variety streamer, man. I love all video games. Grew up playing video games, 36 years young. Always had a console next to me, always. Other than that, it's all about video games and connecting with people. Being as old as I am, not that I am old, online gaming wasn't that big for me. I didn't actually start playing online gaming until 2009. Other than that, man, I just love video games. I guess the peace that it brings, because it does bring some peace.
Well, when you got that chaos going on, the beautiful chaos that kids bring is having that little escape. Yeah. We've got to say it, especially if your missus is within earshot. You need to tell her it's beautiful. I love this chaos going around me. That kid throwing spaghetti on the wall, love it. Give me more.
Give me some of that. Throw it at me, please. Cover me.
So I'll start off with you, Gotham. So what originally got you into gaming?
Oh God, I'd say parents probably buying me and my brother an Atari. Yeah, that's pretty much how old I am. I'm just giving it away.
Shit! What's an Atari? I don't know what that is.
Man, that's actually what I started on too.
Oh, did you? Oh, thank God.
No,
Yep.
not me. I started
the joystick and the one red button.
PS5
smashed.
PS5 was my first console.
Oh, really? Yeah, sure. I should have said that. Damn it.
So, same to you, Smith. What got you into gaming originally?
So I grew up in a trailer park. It wasn't the nicest of trailer parks. I've always had a couple bullies, so I really just turned to gaming so that way I had something to do other than, bug my parents. I turned on the system and just escaped, went to my own reality. That's what it was, really. It was just my own reality. It gave me a peace of mind that I wasn't just sitting there twiddling my thumbs all day, bored, bugging everybody. So it was really just an extra reality, honestly, at this point.
I like that. I like that point. Like, an extra reality is a great way of putting it. Because what I've found since doing these interviews, the first couple I've just done, is like we all know everyone has their own reason for getting into gaming or what got them into gaming. But what I've found is that like there are tangible stories behind everyone's reasoning as well, though. Like you just said there, Smitty, about like I think you said bullies anyway, and kind of not wanting to like bother your parents and stuff like that. Like that escape that gaming provides is, I think, a little bit understated. Like I don't know if you finish your point, Gotham. I just wanted to give you an opportunity there. Like but like the actual reasoning behind getting into gaming is a lot deeper than what people kind of perceive if you aren't a gamer.
Yeah.
So what?
No.
So you said your parents got you into gaming, Gotham.
Well, only because they were nice enough to buy the console, obviously. Back then,
so were they gamers?
No, they hated it.
Oh really?
Yes.
They bought me a console. They bought me a console, but they fucking hated it.
You know why? It's we'll buy this, keep the kids quiet, isn't it? And it definitely worked.
Well, to be fair,
I can do it now.
You say that my parents bought me a console. My dad bought me my first console, but it was so I would stop stealing his. I think it's the same for me. Like my kids have got like Switches and stuff, and it's to stop them going, "Oh, Dad, can we play on the PlayStation?" And I'm like, yeah, you can. And inside, I'm like, please don't be on it long. Like, so you get him a Switch and stuff, and then you go like, go play on PlayStation. Like, oh, I spent so much on a Switch. You think you can play on PlayStation? No. Like, so it is.
Oh God.
It's like I think as we get older as well, parents are gaming more. Like our generation, I think our parents weren't as bought in to that experience. Like my mom hated it. Like my dad, on the other hand, my dad was the reason I got into gaming. He bought me a Sega Genesis with like Sonic,
nice.
and oh God, that console is something different.
Yeah, I can't wait personally to start gaming with my 5-year-old son, right? Honestly. I don't know what game to start him on, but yeah. Well.
It is fun. I will say it is fun to do. The only thing is, though, is having to let them win. I don't know how competitive you are, but I'm hugely competitive. So like, I'll play FIFA with my kids, and he'll be like 6-1, and he'll be like, just let me score 1 goal, and then I'll look at his face when it finishes 10-2, and he'll be like, look like I've just bullied him. So then I have to like let him like
to learn the hard way.
So you spoke about it as a kid. Like, what did it bring you as like an adult? What's like why did you continue gaming?
You talking to me?
I'll let Smitty go first. Smitty, you can go first. Yeah.
Okay, so as an adult, you know, and I don't even really get to play as much as I'd like to, but again, it's also the escape that I get to, because I don't. So here it is. My son, he has autism. We don't really, me and the Queen, we really don't get to take him out too much. We get looks. He's very rambunctious. He has ADHD. So this is my way of sitting inside, not being completely hopelessly bored, and still being able to interact with people, which is what I enjoy doing. I love meeting people, talking to people, obviously. So it's really just that. It's the reality that I get to live. So that's why I enjoy it so much.
I think that's great, Smitty. Can I just say, like, this is I need to stop saying it because I say it over and over again, but it's a great point. Is the reason I started this is so like people who may not have started streaming but are streaming and thinking about quitting for whatever reason, hearing other people's journeys, like yours, Smitty, where you've obviously got ears rambunctious. You've got stuff going on at home, and this is your way of interacting with people and having that social interaction. I think that's a beautiful thing. I think that is a really beautiful thing. I think it's a great credit to you for finding a way in life to kind of still have those social interactions, still have friendships, still have relationships.
Yep.
While also obviously taking care of your son.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's actually not the only kid. I have 2 others as well. I got 2 daughters.
You need to get a better console because you sound like a busy man. You need to find another.
Here's the thing, though, is my daughters, they don't play. They play phone games. That's really it. They don't really mess with the controllers too much.
Yeah.
It's all phone games. Like they play Genshin Impact, and I mean they will play Minecraft and Roblox, which I know you could get on consoles, but
yeah,
they're all about their phones.
Yeah, Gotham, same question to you, brother. What is it in life now that's kind of made you continue? I said this earlier. I don't know if you guys caught it. I know you were watching, Smitty, but I said there's a lot of stigma. You know, grown men playing games, like you get called like a big kid, and there's like a little bit of judgment passed.
Yeah.
So, like, as a grown man, like, why do you still
see? Yeah, I think people shouldn't really see it that way. I mean, for me, it's more of an escape most days, you know? 100%. After a stressful day of either work or kids, it's always mainly been just an escape for me. Get away, just forget about everything else,
yep.
And just game, you know, and have fun. It's just been like that for a long time for me now.
Yeah, I think the thing is, I was speaking to Letters about it, and he was saying if you said to like people at work, oh, like what are you doing after work, and you said, oh, I'm gonna go to the pub or the bar or whatever, watch the game, you know, have a few too many. There's no judgment passed. It's like, oh, of course you are. That's what men are meant to do, and all that business.
Yeah.
But if you say, oh, I'm gonna go home and stream with my friends online, Like you get,
You get the look.
I know. I said this earlier. Someone who comes from a background of like I mean, I still go to the gym a lot, but my main hobby used to be 2 or 3 hours in the gym every day. I go and tell them now, oh, I've got to finish early today, boys, because I'm streaming at 7, and they're like, what the fuck? And I'm like, but it's completely acceptable if I was like, I've got to leave early because I've got to go and get pissed up at the pub. Like, that's normal though. I can do that and not get judged. Like, it's a bit of a mind fuck. Is that? Like, it blows my mind a little bit. This what's socially acceptable and what's not socially acceptable.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. But here in America, you know, if you don't play video games, you're actually looked at as an outcast. In America here, that's what we do. We play video games, everybody. So when I told people that I didn't play as much as I like to, they were like, well, what do you do with your time? Well, I kind of take care of my kids and work and pay bills, and so here in America, it's a tad bit different. I do understand where you guys are coming from, though, because, you know, again, me being 36, there was a time when video games wasn't looked at this way, and it was like, oh, why are you playing video games? You're not a kid anymore. My kids play video games. Yeah. And now the times have changed, man. So if you don't play video games, you're an outcast.
I think that's quite funny because I mean, Gotham, you may think differently, and correct me if I'm wrong, but in the UK, I do think it's frowned upon.
Oh yeah, definitely.
For grown men to be playing video games.
Yeah, it still is. Yeah, it's crazy, really.
Because this isn't on my list of questions, but it's something I was talking to with one of the streamers earlier. How many people have you told that you stream to?
Mainly just family and people in work, and that's it. But they seem fine with it, to be honest.
What about you, Smee?
Actually, I've told everybody at work, and most of the people at work have told me that I need to stream because I am, you know, an outgoing person. I'm friendly. I don't judge. I mean, I know what life is all about, and we got to stay connected with each other, or we're all gonna go crazy.
100%, yeah. I was speaking about this earlier. Like, not everyone uses Discord to like a great degree, but I know like the Discord community we've got like is hugely close, and I'm very thankful for everyone in the TMGC Discord, because that going in there some days when I'm having a tough day at work and someone's talking about X, Y, and Z, and someone else is talking about when they're going live and stuff like that is a great little like motivator to remember what you've got going on, and I do appreciate it. The next question I've got is, sorry, I'm just choking on a bit of flapjack.
Don't choke.
So why did you start streaming? And obviously the gaming makes sense, the escape and all that business. But I'll let you go first, Gotham. What made you decide to go live?
Well, to be honest, I think I only started end of March, but it was a friend of mine. He goes by the name of Evil Crazy Scooby. And
what
he
a
was
name.
like, yeah, and he was like, just did a group message on Facebook saying, you know what, guys, should we start? Should we see how it goes? And you know what, without him, I probably wouldn't be here right now talking to you, because every other time I've even thought about streaming, it's just made me so damn nervous. I've never been the most confident of people. So like even just hitting that live, I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. You're kidding? But once I started, honestly, I'm so glad I did.
You are
I kind of
so
wish
good
I'd
at it, well,
started.
Gotham. I say this to everybody, but you are such a good streamer. Like you are.
Yes, I have to agree with that 100%.
Honestly.
The reason the people that I approach to do this are all people that I enjoy watching. So I think you're all great streamers. But Gotham, obviously, me and you connected later on, and you are so entertaining. Like you are made for this.
Oh, thank you.
I'll tell you what, that banana with the cam, oh my god. That banana, that gets me every time.
So
not
the sound alert sends me.
Yeah, I didn't think that one through, but it's all
good. So Smitty, what was your reasoning for starting streaming? Like what made you go live?
Well, you know, I so back in February, that's when I started, was February 9th. That was my very first live stream when I hit that live button. I was on disability at work. I wasn't working. I was laid up. I was bored. I was playing, and it's like, you know what? I might as well let the world, if they want to come enjoy me having fun and laughing and showing people good times, and why would I hold them to that? If I can brighten somebody's day, I know that sounds cliche, but I wake up every morning trying to put a smile on more than one person's face.
Love that.
And if I can't do that in real life, then I'm going to do it over stream. And I mean, that's really my joy, is when people get in my chat and they say, dude, you're so funny. Like, I love hanging out with you. I mean, it's huge to me, just because, like I said, I am all about making people feel good, making them feel welcome. A smile a day is the best way to take away any negativity.
Preach it, brother. That's a great reasoning. I don't know if you heard in the last interview that we did with Raz and Von, but I was speaking about someone that approached me for help not too long ago, and I tried, but they were saying that they were lacking motivation and stuff, and I said one of the things I do when I practice and I preach is to put 3 reasons in your phone why you start streaming, or if you were starting any business, it applies to any business. Put them in, and that is a great reason for streaming, bro. Like, that's something that you will motivate you every day if you truly strive for that, and I believe you do, because I know you as a streamer, and we spoke a few times, as you are a very genuine person, if nothing else. And that is a great reason to stream, is just to kind of brighten someone's day up, because I know from people in my chat that have reached out to me on Twitter after watching me, and they are going through some shit. Like, a lot of the people who are watching Twitch, and in general, everyone's got shit going on, but some people have contacted me after streams when they've heard something I've said that's maybe that's radiated with them. And they'll tell me their story, and I'm like, fuck. And you chose to spend 3 hours with me, but so striving just to put a smile on someone's face, because like you said, that can be the difference between someone waking up tomorrow morning, is if they've had a good hour with you. Which sounds a bit freaky, to be fair, but that's not how I meant it. So that leads me on nicely to my next question, though. So one of the things that I get asked a couple times a week about from people that are thinking about streaming is that they want an advice on how to start streaming, or they say, I'm having anxiety about streaming, what advice would you give me? If someone's watching now and they're thinking about starting streaming, but anxiety or personal issues or whatever is affecting their ability to go live, what advice would you give them? Gotham, I'll let you go first.
Oh, okay. That's probably a good idea.
Sounds like Smitty's just doing something.
To be honest, I'd say do it. I was there as well, anxious as hell, even thinking about streaming, to be honest. And even now, to this day, before I even press that go live button, I still get it.
Honestly, talk about it. Gotham, just talk about it for a second, because honestly, this is something I was talking about on stream yesterday.
Yeah. Literally about, I'd say 30 minutes before I'm going live, I am probably shitting myself. You know what? You think I'd be used to it by now. I've been doing it since end of March, but nope, it does not go away. But literally, once you hit that go live button, it's gone. It's literally just gone. And you have the best goddamn time in how many hours you stream. You have so much damn fun. Honestly, I'd say it's just worth, just do it, honestly. I mean, it's not easy. I won't say it's easy, because there's a lot more to streaming than just pressing that go live button. There's a lot more else you gotta do. But,
just out of interest, Gotham, just because I've spoke about it, how many hours a week would you say you put into your platform? And I'm talking across like social media and time you put into it, because I worked it out a couple of weeks ago. I average, just going off my phone battery percentage, when you can see the breakdown on iPhones, I put in something like 76 hours a week into my phone, so into Twitter and Twitch and all that business. I put in about 76 hours plus my 12 to 15 hours I stream a week. So all in all, I'd say
Oh
close
my
to,
God.
close to 100 hours I put into streaming. How many hours a week would you say you put in?
I don't think I'd like to know. I'm probably near those hours. I wouldn't
Yeah,
want to
yeah.
tell my missus either, because the looks, seriously, the looks I get when I'm watching someone on Twitch is. But you know, it's you kind of need to do that. You have to support others. It's all
Yeah.
about that, you know, trying to grow a community and stuff, and getting that support off others. You need to do these things. I
100%.
mean, you know, Twitch. Obviously, you do the. I don't know how many streams I do a week. My streams are all over the place. But compared to YouTube and TikTok, I try and do 1 or 2 clips a week. But that's gone out the window recently.
It's tough. It's
tough.
so
Yeah, you
tough.
need. Because I always question my goddamn clips too. It's like, is that good enough? Are people actually going to like this? And then sometimes I don't even post it.
Yeah,
But no.
yeah. It's the same with TikTok for me. Like, I'm still trying to get my head around TikTok. But yeah, the amount of time. This is the reason I wanted to fixate on this point is obviously talking and giving advice to people who are thinking about starting streaming. The one thing to know is like the amount of time. Because people say, I even thought it before I started researching streaming. I thought, oh, I can press go live on my console and play a game.
Yeah.
And then I started watching, and I'd anyone thinking about getting into streaming, go on YouTube and just type in Stream Scheme and watch their videos. They are great people.
Actually, I used it. Oh, yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out because I have not.
Oh, 100%, yeah, 100%. They give amazing advice that I've used, and I attribute my growth to watching their videos.
Okay. Nice.
But yeah, going to, because when I watch their videos, I'm like, fuck. Because he even says, the guy who runs Stream Scheme, he says, if you can't dedicate the time to streaming, think about something else, whether it be YouTube or whatever. Like, if you don't think you can go live like once or twice a week minimum, then maybe think about doing YouTube instead. And it's brutal, honest truth, but sometimes people have to hear that, because like Gotham just said, he puts in a similar amount of time to me a week, and it's all to do with how much growth you want and what platform you want to grow, of course. But yeah, 100%, yeah, like go and give them a watch. So Smitty, hit me. What if someone was to hit you with asking for advice about starting streaming, and they were talking about maybe having anxiety or they weren't sure they could do it? What kind of feedback would you give them?
So I'm gonna say, just be you. I mean, don't even act like that. Act like your Twitch isn't even there. You're just playing the game.
Right.
You're doing what you love to do. Because if you're gonna stream a video game, you love video games. Just do what you love, and what you love is video games. Just play the game. I mean, occasionally, obviously, you're gonna have to look over, check your chat, but once you hit that go live button and you realize you're only playing a video game, it's smooth sailing from there. It's everyday life. I mean, regardless if you have a 9 to 5 that you go to or you work a night shift, you're interacting with people, which is the same thing streaming is. You're interacting, but you're also playing a video game, which is something that you absolutely love to do. So, in a sense, the anxiety might get to you, but that's going to be in everyday life. You're going to have anxiety. Again, I just remember I'm playing a video game. I'm showing the world that I still have fun regardless of what I've got going on outside of video games.
Yeah, that's great advice. The forgetting you're on chat is 100% a thing. Like, when I first started streaming, my average for the first couple of weeks was like 1.5ish.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't even say
and
it
that
was
one
one.
was me.
Yeah.
Viewing myself.
Yeah. And I remember like thinking to myself, the way I sold it to myself in my head, because one of the things I said on Stream Scheme is about continually talking and just like generally having an inner monologue, but having it externally. And I remember, like, I was like, forget the cameras there, because I talk to myself anyway. Like, I swear I must be schizophrenic or something the way I talk to myself.
Well,
I'll be
yeah,
making-
hey, we got
Yeah.
kids, man.
It
When
helps.
you got kids,
Yeah,
you're
I
practically
did it.
talking to yourself.
Yeah. And that's all I did. All I did was basically I narrated everything I did until someone came into my chat and talked to me. And luckily, I made some really good friends very early on, because it was about 6 weeks before I actually pressed go live, because I was just building up like a little network. I did 1 or 2 little test streams, like an hour, but yeah, the inner monologue, like, I go back and watch my first stream, which is still up on YouTube for those that want to go and watch me embarrass myself. But it was so funny. Like, it was
Oh my God, these snowballs.
funny.
So have you always used the camera as well, didn't you, or not?
No. So when I first started, I've been streaming since mid-July, mid-June, mid-July.
Yeah.
Either way, 2.5 months I've been streaming anyway. And I started out with just I've still only got PlayStation 4. I've not even upgraded that yet. I need to, but just finances, kids, and just generally life.
Yeah, life. Yeah.
And then I got a Chromebook that I use for work, and I use a webcam on that because I bought a Razer camera. I bought a Razer Keo, spent a whole bunch of money, and then Chromebooks aren't compatible with anything apparently.
Oh no!
Yeah.
So I'm just using the webcam. But what that taught me, and I think thanks for setting me up, Gotham. What that taught me is you don't need to invest in fuck all, like nothing, because my engagement is amazing, like, and that's down to the community. I'm not taking full credit to that, but my engagement on my streams is fucking beautiful, and that's down to people like you guys who come into my chat and come into my chat and talk to me. My average is better than I was told it would be, because that's the other thing. You get told when you first start streaming that you'll be streaming to no one, but you look at all those guys. Gotham, did you say you started streaming since February?
End of March, yeah.
So March. And Smitty, you've been doing it a similar time?
Since February, yep. Yeah. February 9th, I remember the first day.
And both these beautiful humans are both affiliated, they have great followings, they have great engagement, they have a great community. So as long as I think you're networking properly and building the relationships with the right people, I think you'll have a great time with it anyway. I don't because you will struggle. The first couple of streams are hard. They are not easy. They will test your resilience.
Did.
Yeah, absolutely. I couldn't agree more.
I think it took mine probably about a good month to get going. Get past that one viewer of just me.
One thing I was told, and I don't know if you boys did it, but I was told to watch your streams back.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, I did the same.
They say that, don't they, on the Steam thing? Watch it back.
I love the fact we both watch like Gotham. I love that.
Yeah, I still watch it now.
I do. I don't watch them all because, again, sacrificing like 12 to 15 hours a week watching my own streams when I could be watching your stream or Smitty's stream or Von's stream or whatever. So because I follow so many people now, and I'm actually good friends with a whole bunch of them as well. Like, so what I tend to do is I just scan. So I'll normally watch like an hour of a 3-hour video, and I'll just speed through like some bits, and I'll see bits like, I could have done better there, and I could have done better there. But yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
What would you say? Go on, Gotham.
I say I don't really do it so much these days. Watch back only for like clips and stuff. I think now.
Yeah.
And it's still the whole thing of hearing your own voice.
Oh, don't even. The thing is, I get told. I'm like, again, getting sexually harassed in my own streams. It's true.
I've seen it. Yeah. They love the meat. I love the meat.
I know. I've even got myself a Twitch girlfriend now. It's amazing. Shout out, lovely.
Jealous.
She's a beautiful woman. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. Fucking hell.
How to get a Twitch girlfriend is new.
Well, yeah, hit me up
the next WeRise.
I want a question. Forming a relationship. So what? Oh, fucking hell, Deli. Anyway, what do you think is necessary to start streaming? Because we get told, don't we, that you need to have a camera, you need to have a PC, you need to have OBS, you need to have.
No.
But I don't know if you guys read the tips and tricks that they give you on Twitch when you first sign up.
No.
And then you need to buy this computer, you need to buy this microphone, you need to buy this.
No, I didn't see that.
Twitch say that.
Yeah, well, I read. No, I read. So I went into the tips and tricks, or like the helpful thing, like the forums, pretty much. And it's like they were giving me all kinds of suggestions on stuff to buy, and it's like I don't know.
They were trying to burn your wallet. That's what they were trying to do.
Yeah. So, but essentially, what I mean, I started out with no mic, no webcam, I didn't even have a laptop at the time. I was using my cell phone as my dashboard.
Oh, no. Me too.
With no mic. I had no. The only way I had to talk was typing. So in between matches, I would make sure I was typing in there, even if there was nobody watching. I was still typing in my chat.
See, that's
you really don't need anything. You don't need anything other than your console and the heart to play and wanting to play the video game. Is in my personal opinion. I don't think you really need the expensive crossboards or whatever that is. That I mean, still don't even know all the equipment that you should technically have to make it more stand out. But I didn't have any of it. I just had the ability to play.
No, do you know what that is? That's incredible. To be fair, Smith, that's incredible. Like, Saviour's just put in there that's the humble beginnings. It really is like that. Not having a camera, a mic, or anything, and then where you are now, where you have all those things, that's incredible, and it's so true. I will say, the only thing I will say about some of the tech, like a good mic and a camera, is its rate of growth. So if you are someone who wants to get affiliation as quick as possible, build a community as quick as possible, and get a following as quick as possible, is that having a mic and stuff like that where you can engage, because what we're trying to gain is engagement, isn't it? That's the key. The key is engagement. So whatever helps you get engagement is key. The stuff like the fancy overlays and the ability to switch between screens and stuff. I know I follow Mutex, who's a fantastic streamer, and his streams are basic in terms of the overlays and stuff like that. I believe all that is. Ego might be the wrong word, because it's just, if you've got the finances, if I had all the money in the world, my streams would look fucking like one of the Star Wars films. But I don't think they're necessary at all. No. What would you say, Gotham? What do you think the necessities are?
Well, just yourself, to be honest. Yourself and a console, it's pretty much all you need, like King Smitty said there. To be honest, I posted a picture of my setup yesterday in my Discord, and I have my laptop resting on Puff 8, you know what that is, right? Being in the UK. And underneath my laptop is about 6 puzzle boxes. Raising it up. So that is my setup.
Yeah, 100%.
So it's gamer dad and streamer life mixed in one. Honestly.
The thing is, though, is I believe if you started streaming and you had everything, it's almost like, where do you go? What do you do? Because this would be a little piece of advice to people, is when you start streaming, you're chasing affiliation. So you almost don't need to be motivated, because the motivation, the carrot's dangled in front of you. Of your aim is to get to 3 followers, 50 hours of streaming, or whatever it is, 50 followers, whatever it is, to get affiliated. When you get that affiliation, where do you go next? And I almost think that, like, the little upgrades on your setup, your little payout from Twitch, all that business. Like, my first payout, I was so excited. I was like, I'm getting paid, like do you know what I mean? But then that endorphin hit, like, falls through. So then what's next? And it's you've always got to have those little targets. And I think if you had, like, the perfect setup, that's kind of, I think, what we're all chasing, isn't it? Is that little, like, we want to be amazing streamers. It'd be amazing to have, like, a fucking £5,000 PC like Letters has, and all that business. You need to have those little things in front of you. And definitely one of my key targets is that I won't be sat on my sofa next year streaming. I'll actually have, like, a gaming desk with some sort of half decent setup. Because
that's a dream.
I tell you, streaming off a sofa isn't comfortable.
No.
My back is already in pieces, and it's been 5 hours. I've still got another 4 to go.
Oh God. Doing good, man. Doing good.
So, what do you think of the current state of streaming? Go on, Smitty. You can go first on this one.
Okay. So the current state, man. Honestly, so I heard Vaughn and Raz say it. They don't really associate with the current state. one thing I see on Twitter is there's always a battle between Kick and Twitch and TikTok and YouTube, and honestly, they're wrapping themselves up into something that, like you said, the payouts are going to change. Everything's going to change eventually. So the current state is just have fun. I mean, I enjoy it because I enjoy the time with everybody. I've never actually received a payout yet, and I don't even care about that. I care about you guys coming into my chat and hanging out with me.
Love that.
Because again, I've got the autistic son, and not many people like to come over and watch him get naked, or he tends to hit himself, and nobody likes that. But so really, the state is just whatever you make it. I make it as a fun time, whether I'm on one platform or the other. Unfortunately, as of right now, I'm only on Twitch. I really don't care to be on the rest of them. I'm just happy where I'm at right now. So the state of streaming can be whatever it needs to be as you perceive it, pretty much.
That's a fantastic way of putting it, brother. Like that's actually a beautiful thing you just said there. Like I do like I am someone because of what my goals are. Like I almost feel like I must be a part of all of it, like, or at least be knowledgeable, so I know where the movements are and what comes next, and kind of try to not necessarily get ahead of it, but just be knowledgeable about it. But for someone like you who has different goals, and your goals are fucking pure as fuck like that, I really respect them. They're incredibly inspirational.
Thank you.
But yeah, the not needing to take note of it, because it can be a head fuck, like especially with the way some people talk and some people act, which is completely their prerogative to do as they please. But yeah, if you don't have to get involved in it, that's amazing. Like that is really good. What do you think, Gotham? What do you think of the current state of streaming? And within it, the community, so like the interactions between people and the kind of voices within it.
Also, I think each platform kind of offers something different, but I've never really been fussed over the whole Kick, YouTube, whatever. I mean, when I first started on Twitch, everyone was like, "Oh, Kick's amazing." Then, like, everyone was going over to Kick. I was like, "Have I done something wrong here?"
Yes, yeah.
Why have I started on Twitch? But then you can only stream on Twitch anyway from a console. But to me, I find Twitch probably one of the best places, mainly just for of the community. To be honest, the people you meet on Twitch compared to other ones like YouTube and Kick or whatever, I find I've met so many amazing people already. I'm only doing it a few months, but I don't know what they're like on Kick or YouTube. I mean, not sure there, but I think to start when you start streaming, I think Twitch is probably the best place to go.
Yeah. I do like what you did there, and I may be misinterpreting, but when you talked about you don't know about Kick, the one thing I will say, and it's not to and I want Kick streamers on here. I tried my damnedest to get Kick streamers on here, but people didn't see the vision, and it's fine. If this wasn't for you, or you didn't believe in what I was doing, that's completely fine.
Yeah.
But what I have seen on social media, and it's just what I've seen, so this is just from my personal perception, is, and Smitty talked about it a little bit, the rivalry between Twitch and Kick, is there is a lot of toxicity, or I perceive it as there's quite a bit of toxicity over there. The whole, yeah. I struggle to get my head around the necessity to shit on another platform because you're on another platform. Like, it doesn't make sense, especially because the people at the very top of those buildings that are kind of possibly fueling the rivalry, they don't give a shit about you. I'm really sorry to tell you, but they don't give a shit about you.
No.
So I don't understand why there can't be some sort of solidarity between the two platforms and some kind of mutual respect. Because we're all doing the same thing.
Happen. Yeah, I don't see that happening. In terms, it could be just like console wars, You get the Xbox fanboys, and you just think, why? Just enjoy what the hell you're playing on. You don't need to bitch about the other. Just enjoy it.
and the thing is we're over here taking our 50-50 split, and I had this conversation with Reg ages ago about it. Let's be honest, probably 95% of us aren't making a living off of what that we're getting paid anyway, regardless of whether you're getting a 95-5 split or whether you're getting a 50-50 split. No one is making enough money to quit their jobs unless you're in the top 5%. I don't think anyway. The percentage might be slightly lower, but even if I was to make £1,500 a month off of Twitch, which I'm definitely not, I still wouldn't quit my day job because it's not a guaranteed income. Like, so there was a great streamer who said he didn't quit his full-time job until he was making 3 times his yearly salary.
Oh my god.
So until he was making, say, 90k a year, he didn't quit his day job. Like, is the what pounds? The guy was American, I think. So I think that was actually $90,000. I think he said he was making a year before he quit his day job. So
I only just got my first payout last month, and I think it was on $60. Obviously, £40 I got. Yeah. I was like you. I was so happy just to even get that. To be honest, I don't think I'd ever make it here.
Yeah.
But now, you know, it's just got to do it for the enjoyment, though, isn't it? It's not about that side of it.
Letter said it perfectly. He said as long as he said he's happy if his internet bill's paid. Like,
and you know what I spent mine on? I spent mine on that goddamn cuddly banana and a banana hat.
Do you know what?
It went on.
Do you know what I spent mine on?
What?
Bits.
Oh, you're giving back. That's nice.
Yeah, you're giving back, man. And that's what we have to do, man. As streamers, we got to make sure we give back.
I like that was my thing. I did it when because the thing is like I've alluded to earlier, like the 3 things I've got in my phone for the reasons I started it, and one of the things is legacy. So my aim is, and that's why even though my gamer tag's Deli Meat, but my actual channel, my Twitter and everything's under the Meat Gaming channel, is because obviously, like, I've got a team that I'm building. I've got Yasha, who I signed to the team. I've got a graphic designer that I'm working with closely, who's fucking in Brazil at the moment. So hurry up and get home so we can get to work. But it's to build a team, but also to build a community, and that's why, like, the Discord. My Discord is a fucking beautiful place, and it's all about building that. So when I got my first payout, I was like, I need to give that back and kind of like help motivate other people. I did it when I was getting affiliated. Every 10 followers I got until I got 50, I was giving away a gifted sub every time I got like 10 or 15.
Oh, I like that.
So
that's smart.
Well, it's because I believe that mutual growth is how you actually go. If you want to be successful in this space, you have to have a community that supports you. And I say on Twitter all the time, surround yourself with people that want to see you win, because that's the only way you get elevated. Let's be honest, most of our viewers, so like say you average 12 viewers, how many of those people are going to be streamers? Probably 10.
Yep.
Yeah, I would say about 10 or 11.
It actually might be more than that for me as well, honestly.
Yeah, but the reason they're there, not solely, but it's because you support them. They see you giving them a certain amount of energy. Whoever starts it, so I can't remember how it started, Gotham. I don't know whether I came into your stream first or you came into mine. But either way, say I came into yours, the chances are you gave me a follow back, and then you jumped into my stream later on that week, and then we built a relationship. And that's how we're here now. And I think it's so pivotal. But yeah, that first payout, like you said, I was like, Jesus Christ, give me that money. Actually, no, I lied. The first thing I thought when I saw the slip that you're getting your stream manager, and I saw they take $5, I was like, motherfuckers, you've already taken 50% and you want another $5, motherfuckers.
Take my clothes while you're at it, goddamn.
Yeah, I fucking.
Would you like my underwear?
You don't get much back. You certainly don't get much back.
But I mean, like I say, if you're getting into this for money, you're getting into the wrong reasons, because you will not find out.
Yeah, no. And again, like I said, I haven't even received a payout yet. I'm still at a $9, and I'm fine with that. That's not why I'm here.
No,
again, I'm here because I don't have. I got IRL friends, but again, they don't have the time to hang out with somebody who has a son with problems. They want to go out and party and, you know, just spend all night out on the streets and stuff like that. And it's like, I'm good. So that's where streaming came in, and I've made some great friends, so I could care less about the payouts.
Do you know what I think it is? And I think it's a beautiful thing you do with your kids, because I see, and we've spoke briefly about your kids before, like it on Twitter and stuff like that, and I think we're building a play park for them not long ago.
Yeah. It took me 5 days. 5 days.
Don't get me started on that.
Yeah.
You sent me a picture of a ladder.
5 days, and I lost my ladder for 6.
You've got one of your friends in here, I think, Smitty, Gamer Brainers.
Yeah, he is, man. I mean, again, this is a streamer friend, somebody that we just built up the community with. But yeah, this Gamer Brainer is an amazing person, man. He's always so uplifting. Oh, dude. I mean, again, it's just the community. Like you guys, both of you, Gamer Brainers. I mean, I could go on. My list could go on if you want me to.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we have that much time.
I mean, it's a few people you want to give a shout out to completely, because this is all the WeRise stream is all about uplifting other streamers. So if there's some people you want to give a shout out to, I'm completely down with that. I love that. Yeah,
I mean, Gamer Brainers definitely. I mean, he's not affiliated yet. Now, that's one person I want to see make it, just because, like I said, he's always so uplifting, and everybody's streams too, not just mine. I mean, like he's in yours now in the chat. He's been in others that I've recommended. I mean, yeah, like the community is great. I've never felt so welcomed in anything since I started streaming.
Yeah, no, I'd second that. I think the way that I would word it is like, yeah, in real life friends, I don't know what they are, but let's pretend we know what friends are. They're typically people you've known for years, and as we develop as people, you almost drift away from them. And what I've found with this community is like I spoke about earlier, like I'm someone who has a background in bodybuilding, and before that I was in a really bad place. I surrounded myself with a lot of negativity, some very bad people. And I kind of got myself away from that when I had my daughter. That's why I moved out to the country. I was in the very city centre of the city I'm from. Moved out to the country with my daughter. And what this has brought me is I've managed to align myself with like-minded people, rather than those people that you kind of grow up with and surround yourself with, and kind of they stick around because you've always been around each other. You come into this community and you get to pick your friends. I can go into, like with Gotham, I fucking love your streams, bro. I've already said it. And I jumped in. I was like, I love this person. Let me become friends with him. Let me see if he wants to be friends. Boom, 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 boom. Want to be friends? Boom. Yeah, but that's what you build. You almost build the friendships that you wish you'd chosen earlier in life. I think.
Wow, I felt that statement right there. Yes, 100%. Especially because I can't tell you if I don't communicate with anybody I went to high school with. I mean, for one, we've all grown apart, and for two, I went a separate way. I went kids, house, work. That's it. That's all I wanted.
I don't know what high school is. I'm
exactly the same.
Well, I have a vague recollection of it, but nothing too serious.
I made it through my second year of halfway through my second year of high school, and then that I made a swift exit.
Yep. I exited in my third year.
Yeah. So, but it's a beautiful thing, and the community we've built. Like I say, you can't speak high enough about it, and this is why. Like again, with the WeRise thing, is there's so many people out there that are feeling lost and have a lack of belonging, and within streaming, you kind of find that, like you find that group, whatever it is, like you said, Smitty, you started streaming because obviously you've got a little sense of isolation with your sons and stuff like that, which is completely understandable, because it sounds like you've got a lot going on. But what this does is it gives you that little bit of escape. And like Gotham said, like he has a long day at work and can come home and he can lock himself with his banana for a while and play with it. Like,
yeah, that's before stream.
Yeah. I mean, it's great. I mean, if anyone wants any advice, if you're getting nervous before you go live, just go and play with your banana for 5 minutes and then come back a lot more relaxed.
Well, I thought you played with your meat before going live. Then.
I beat the shit.
Oh, you were going to say something else then. I knew where you were going with that, Mr. Meat.
Yeah. Right, let's get into the fun questions. So, Gotham, you filthy bugger. Top 3 games of all time.
Oh, okay. For me,
Let's do this because we've got a little bit more time than before. So we did this with Rock. So top 3 games of all time, your personal favourites, and then top 3 pivotal games that changed gaming.
Oh god, that's hard. Right, top 3 games. I would say Halo Combat Evolved for me, first one. Uncharted 2 and The Last of Us.
Well, they're your favourites. Last of Us is such a fucking good game.
Yeah,
It's a scary game.
scary. I'll hold you, King. Don't worry.
So what about 3 games that changed gaming forever?
Oof. Damn. Oh god, I'd say Mario.
Good shout.
Mario. I'm probably gonna say all the typical ones. You know, Mario, Sonic. We need a shooter in there though, and probably Halo for me. I'd put Halo in there as well.
I put the first Halo as my third favourite game just because of the impact it had. So you said Mario, Sonic, and Halo?
Yeah.
Why Sonic and Mario?
Oh, playing them as a kid though. Come on now.
No,
And
but
they're
I mean, the only reason I question it is because the impact they had. I would say I would put them on the same keel. The only reason is because I think there's a few other games that you could put in there as as a second. I would say I would almost put Sonic and Mario on the same sort of spectrum as they changed how games were played.
Yeah, I see what you mean.
The only thing I would put in there is because I was thinking there's a few games possibly I would say something like Resident Evil, Tomb Raider maybe.
I was going to say Tomb Raider. You took it from me.
just because the story games.
Yeah.
Because you sort of went from Sega Mega Drive and stuff like that with Sonic and Mario, and then on the first PlayStation when you got those games like Tomb Raider, that was like
a female lead in the game, yeah.
Exactly, and then you had games like Final Fantasy.
Oh, I forgot about Final Fantasy as well. Damn it!
Sorry. Do you know
I'm changing. Let's
go on. I'll let you go again. You can go again, Gotham. I'm just realising I'm probably stealing
I'm
sauce.
I'm literally just going to say this. Final Fantasy 7, Tomb Raider, and Halo. There we go.
Now that deserves a round of applause because that is a lineup. And I'm not even a Final Fantasy fan. It's not my cup of tea. But some of the friends I had that were into gaming, Final Fantasy changed their lives. I think, there was the hype around the first couple, especially, was unbelievable. Go on then, Smitty, you're up, bro. So top 3 games, personal favourites first, and then and then top 3 impactful games.
So I'm gonna throw one back to the Nintendo, and that was the Duck Hunt game. One reason why I love this so much was because of that damn dog. I love that dog that would pop up out of the grass. He cracked me up every time. Need for Speed Underground 2. Oh god, I could play that.
Oh, that is a good shout.
Oh, that game, man. It actually gives me goosebumps thinking about it. I loved it. And then another one that I'm going to have to say Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, but this is the 2009 version.
I was like, not this one.
And only because that was, like I said, that was the first online gaming I've ever played was that. So those are my top 3, absolutely. Most pivotal, though, God, there's so many. Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Oh, what a game.
You know, the sailing and the whole open world and the fishing. God, it was just a very pivotal game that changed a lot with open world travel. And then I'm going to go with Apex because it's like a huge battle royal. I know that battle royal there was Fortnite and then Warzone. All of them came out. Well, yeah, they all came out at damn near the same time. I started with Apex as the battle royal. Obviously, I got into Fortnite because I'm a lot better at that than I am Apex. And I'm not even good at Fortnite, but that was definitely a pivotal game. Third, though, I was never really big into the RPG games, the MMO games, so I know that Final Fantasy was a big one, Diablo was a big one. But for me personally, I really can only think of those two that really pivoted me into different games. Was the Black Flag and Apex. Other than that, because I grew up sports games. I played sports growing up, so sports games was it Madden, baseball.
What games?
So Madden 24, NFL Madden, not 24 exactly, but Madden, NFL Madden. MLB The Show was really big with me because you could do Road to the Show, which is where you build your character up and you just take him through the baseball farm system.
Yeah, FIFA did something similar.
Yeah, FIFA did something similar. And then there was like NFL, like the Street version, NFL Street, NBA Street, all those wacky
Street was
games.
A great game.
Yes. See, they just dawned on me that they were such a good game. The Sega Genesis had NFL Blitz, which was also something of that similar nature. God, there's actually a lot more than I anticipated.
No, to be fair, this is like one of the ideas. No one steal this idea. But one thing I want to do, no one fucking steal this idea because I think this is a great idea, is I don't know if any of you boys watch it, but there's streamers called Fresh and Fit that do like a round table, but they talk about like misogynistic shit. I want to do a round table with a bunch of streamers, and I'm talking like 6 streamers all on voice chat, and we discuss like the timeline of gaming. Like starting like early games on like the Amiga and Atari and stuff like that, and we work our way through, and we it's just an idea at the moment, but we build like a top 100 games of all time, but we do it in like a round table format where we all have to agree and we all have to like build this together in like a 5-hour stream. Because just this conversation we're having right here is I don't want this to end, because the way you were talking is because the reason it sprang to me that I was like I will be there. Well, hit me up on Twitter, Gamer Brainer, and I will build that format. But the reason I talked about it is because I think EA Sports ballsed up the NFL Street and the FIFA Street format, because when the first ones came out, I don't know if you remember the first FIFA Street, but the first FIFA Street was like the excitement and the buzz around that was so big. And it felt like it was going to be its own like mini franchise spin-off from FIFA, because
they should have, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we really played Madden over here, do we, Gotham? Like as much as like,
not really.
I played it a little bit.
I have a little bit, yeah. And NHL.
And I'm an NFL fan. Like I'm a huge Detroit Lions fan because I hate my existence, so I support the worst team in the NFL.
Hey, listen, buddy, I'm a Bengals fan.
Oh, you
we had 30 years.
Torture.
30 years.
Yeah, you say that. You say that. We've been to a playoff final once in my life.
But hey, we went to the Super Bowl 2 years ago, so
at least you've
I'm
been to
happy.
the Super Bowl. I've never seen that.
What's the Super Bowl? We don't get that. Well, they have
The Super Bowl is this Super Bowl we're talking about is not the one you dropped the Browns off in.
To be fair, I think we're going to the playoffs this year, but that's a different stream.
Listen, okay, so I am streaming. Rock Rice, thank you so much for the biddies. And Joe Burrow is that dude. Oh my God, I'm gonna have a shrine of that guy in my closet. I promise you. Just because he made all this happen.
Well, that's another stream we're going to do. The NFL stream, the Meat Gaming NFL stream. To be fair, that bit.
Sign me up for that one because I will be here.
Great? The NFL. Sorry, Gotham. I don't know if you're a sports fan.
Yes, football. Yes.
The proper football though.
Yeah.
Who do you support?
Soccer. Or should I say or not? I don't know.
You don't have to. You don't have to.
Man United.
Which United? Man United.
Man United, yeah.
Oh, get off the stream.
Yeah, exactly. Fine, I'm going. Oh, Game of Brainers of West Ham.
I follow the football, as you guys call it, but I am more of a single player follower. Like I like the Messi and the Ronaldo and Neymar. I like all of them.
Well, Messi's just gone over there, hasn't he? He's playing for Inter Miami now.
Yeah, so. He's playing for Miami. Yeah. And you know what? FC Cincinnati hosts them this month on the 26th for their first playoff game as an MLS team. I'm extremely nervous.
I don't follow.
Cincinnati has never really had a winning team in anything, and now all of a sudden this year we have so many winning teams. It's hard to keep up with, but it's making me feel some type of way.
Thank you very much for doing that, Von. Sorry, one just subbed to me.
No.
Thank you very much, mate.
Like I said to everyone in the Discord, like people were concerned about interacting with their chat, but I think it's very important. Like I'm just typing in mine, like I've been talking to people all day in mine.
Yeah. Same.
So it's important because I mean, let's be honest, we're nothing without the chat. Everyone talks about like wanting an active chat, and it's a fucking beautiful thing. Like when you get those interactions, and I've been extremely blessed with my chat, so I appreciate everyone in it right now. So, getting back to the meat and potatoes. This is an even better question. At least this is my favourite question. Oh, 1 second. I'll give you my top three because I've not done it in any of these yet. So my top three games of all time are Zelda Ocarina of Time, Halo, the first one, and Skyrim.
Oh, that's a good shout as well.
Because
yeah, good three.
Two of those games as well. If I was to do a top three of most impactful. Skyrim, because I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, boys, because I'm not got the wealth of knowledge of gaming as some of you have, but Skyrim has to have had the biggest map of any game.
It's got to be up there.
So I am so uneducated on Skyrim. I've watched it a little bit, watched people play it. I've never actually played it.
Don't play it. Your life will disappear.
I was watching Daddy play it not long ago, actually, wasn't it? Because you didn't do an update for cards. You went on to that.
and now the thing is, I've had a bunch of people because I said that I'm thinking about adding another streaming day but doing a playthrough. Because I'm not interested in getting to variety at its very core and doing loads of different games, but I'm interested in having like one day where we do something different every week. And then a bunch of people went do Skyrim, and I'm like, I'm not doing Skyrim because that will take over my life. Because it's such a complex, beautiful game. But yeah, don't do it, Smitty, because it'll destroy your life.
I will definitely take your advice on that, because I don't know if I got the time for Skyrim.
No, big games like that.
It takes a lot. My playtime on that was like 500 hours or something I put into that game.
My god.
Yeah, it was fucking ridiculous.
Even over months, I couldn't imagine sitting in the chair for 500 hours on one game.
Well, I was on a sabbatical from work. The reason that particular save, I was on a sabbatical from work. I used to manage restaurants, and I had a heart issue. My heart's perfectly healthy now, but I was working 100 hours a week managing restaurants, and I had to have a sabbatical because it literally burnt me into the ground.
Yeah.
So all I could do was stay in the house. So I did. I just sat in front of Skyrim and just months disappeared. So yeah, it is crazy. But yeah, I think Skyrim. I think the impact that had on gaming was crazy. Elder Scrolls in general is crazy, and the way they're still expanding Skyrim.
They did Oblivion before that, right?
Yeah,
that was a big game now.
And there was one before that as well on I think it was only released on PC. I can't remember what that was called though. And I played that when I was a kid. And then Halo. I think that saved Microsoft in terms of gaming. Like I don't think they had another franchise at that time.
It was a launch game, wasn't it?
Yeah. I don't
for
think
the Xbox.
Yeah, I don't think they had another game, did they? That they launched.
No, that was it. Yeah.
And I think that literally funded that. I mean, it was Microsoft, so it was never going to go under, obviously. But in terms of the growth of Xbox, I think Halo made Xbox. And they're still trying now. I don't think they've just released the is it called the Master Series?
I
have no idea.
Yeah, I saw Rising Phoenix. Go and follow Rising Phoenix if you don't, by the way, chat, because he's an amazing streamer. He was playing it anyway the other day. And the only other game, and this may shock people, the only other game that I was thinking about putting in the top 3 most impactful is Command and Conquer. In terms of strategy games, because like that game, Command and Conquer in June didn't do the exact same thing as Command and Conquer, but that kind of like RPG, almost board game, like I don't know what it calls, strategy games. That series had a serious run in gaming, and I absolutely loved that. But leading on to this question, personal favourite console of all time. And most impactful console.
Gotham, I'm gonna give this one to you first because I got.
I love that.
I gotta pass it on to
Smee beats
Deli.
me to it. Because I was going to go with Smee first because Gotham went first and Smee was like, no, Gotham, you got the floor, mate. Like,
Oh, it's so damn difficult. There's so many good ones. Best console. I might actually put the N64 out there. You know, in terms of.
oh, I'm so happy everyone is signing me.
the
I'm so happy everyone is saying
memories.
N64.
Oh, they actually. That's not the first time it's been said, is it?
No, because it's my all-time favorite console, like by a country mile.
Oh.
Like, even the controller gets shit, but I fucking loved that controller with the little gun trigger on the back. Oh shit!
Yeah.
And the rumble pack.
Yeah. Oh, that rumble. Oh, that was such a heavy rumble. Ooh.
So, yeah, whoa.
Oh yeah. And I got the banana going. Wait a minute. But oh damn! I just thought of the game I should have added to the list of games.
Go say it.
GoldenEye.
Oh my God.
Why did I not say GoldenEye?
Wow.
Yeah.
I don't think
game.
anyone said GoldenEye.
I
Have
had
they?
so much fun.
That was like
game.
one of the first games that you could play with another person split screen via and still do like a battle with, really.
Yeah, it was the first battle royale game, really, wasn't it? Like,
Yeah.
Fortnite gets a lot.
I mean,
of credit,
essentially, if you think about it.
Yeah, playing GoldenEye and WWF No Mercy were the games I used to play on that.
Great.
Oh man,
Wrestling games.
such good memories.
Wrestling games back then were so bad but so good.
Yeah,
Like Rory's War and stuff like that. Like,
yeah. There was a
So-
WCW one. Yeah, there's so many.
so good. So N64 is your personal favourite or best? Or
Yeah,
most important?
best console, I'd say. Most impactful. Oh, that's kind of difficult for me. I'd probably say Xbox. Then,
Well, the first one,
yes, the first one.
the controller that was like a lead weight, and
Yeah,
God, that
the huge controller.
Who
It felt like you was holding a hamburger.
Some kind of giant invented that, though.
can I just say, like, I sometimes think with these companies like Microsoft, I almost think they troll us on purpose for the publicity, because there's no way. I refuse to believe. I've had this conversation. I've had this argument with a friend of mine who's a big Xbox fanboy. Like, I'll switch between consoles. Like, I'm really not fussed. But I had this argument, and I said, "There's no way that you're telling me Xbox created that controller and went, 'This is it. We've got it. Like, this is the controller.'" because regardless, I'm not a fanboy, but I believe PlayStation's probably got the most refined controller of any console. They've
stuck with that design as well, haven't they? Really?
Yeah, and there's a reason that a lot of PC gamers use a PlayStation controller even with their PCs. But there's no way you're telling me that like the design team at Xbox came in and put this fucking brick in front of like whoever's in charge and went, "There you go, we've made it." It weighs 200 kilograms or 400 pounds. You can't actually hold it properly. It hurts your hands after about half an hour of playing. You will have blisters if you're playing any kind of shooter. And we're just going to distribute it as is. There's no way. I don't believe it. I believe they did it so the publicity would be out there that they could go, "Look how shit our controller is," but everyone's talking about Xbox.
Well, we started with the Atari, which was literally just a joystick and one button. So it's
Yeah.
Yeah, that honestly. Did you? Someone was talking. Oh, who was it? Chat, you'll have to tell me. I can't remember, and I need to give him a shout out. But someone was talking about they had the Sega Genesis, and apparently there was a run pad. Have you seen this?
No, that was the Nintendo.
Oh, was it the Nintendo that had the run pad?
Yeah. Oh man, who was that? Letters, I think, was talking about it, or maybe it was Rock. Maybe it was Rock.
It was one of them too. Right.
But yeah, I did actually own that for a little bit.
Yeah, so you put in the chat. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you put that in the chat.
Yeah.
So what was it?
So it was just a pad that you connected to your Nintendo, and when you'd play like Olympic games, because there was an Olympic game, you would use it to run on. And so it was essentially your first VR. If you think about it, it was your first VR because you were using it to run.
So it was like,
So
they were basically, from what I garnered from it, they were trying to create the Wii before the Wii was a thing.
Yes, and if you think about it, Nintendo made the Wii, so
Yeah, so that's one thing I'll always credit Nintendo for, is that they are very much like if you pivot right, they'll pivot left to try and like kind of get
innovators, man, big innovators.
Yeah, and it makes sense because of the country that like obviously that it's most popular in, which is China, who are always innovating and always creating. So I can credit Nintendo. I'd never own a Wii because it's not for me. Like my son's got a Switch and I play that sometimes. Hot Wheels, that's my game of choice, by the way. So yeah, 100%. So what would you say, Smitty, your all-time favourite console and the most impactful?
Oh man, see, this is where it's got me torn.
Look, it gave you the floor first, Gotham, and it's still up.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say probably the PlayStation 1.
What your favorite?
Because that was that's my favorite, just because it was it was like the first console that me and actually my father played together. We played Gran Turismo. Maybe it was PlayStation 2, not PlayStation 1. We played Gran Turismo 3 together, and we spent a year on it and still never beat it 100%. That was just other than sports and baseball, that was mine and my father's connection time, was playing Gran Turismo together. So it's definitely PlayStation.
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Like I sometimes say about PlayStation, it's sort of like Coca-Cola. It's like it's such and I guess like Twitch, it's just such a user-friendly console, and it's like it's been around for so long that it's almost like a hug. Like it's like
Yep. And the only bad thing about the PlayStation was the memory cards. I mean, everything else was just so
like 7 megabyte ones.
As you'd have 4 games on your memory card. You go to save a 5th, and it's like, no, I gotta delete something.
To be fair, the PlayStation's like that now. The PlayStation is so much like that now. Like it's so there's no fucking memory on a PlayStation at all. I mean, I think they design consoles that way anyway, so you got to spend a heap of money on a fucking hard drive to kind of store everything. Like, sort of like Apple with like, oh, we're removing the plug sockets to make everything more eco-friendly. Not so you've then got to go and buy all the fucking.
How do you know?
Yeah.
So,
how do you put the butter back?
But butter's so good.
Yeah. Well, trust me, this dude does not need any extra butter. He's 4 foot tall and 80 pounds at 4 years old, so I think he's good on the butter.
There you go,
He's a unit.
Linebacker right there. Well, so what would you say that the most impactful console of all time is?
See, there was a time where I lost video games, as like I didn't get to play as much. So I'm gonna have to say whatever console was able to make the first open world game. I don't know if it was PlayStation 4 or Xbox, but the whole first open world game was just such a huge concept.
Well,
just
the
because
GTA wouldn't it, surely?
Yeah, it gave you the freedom to do more than just, the one quest or 100%ing the game. You had side quests and just being able to interact with the rest of the game. So whatever console that was that first introduced the open world.
I would probably say that was like was GTA, the first GTA on console, so like like PlayStation 1 and Xbox. So
yeah,
I do think that series. I mean, everyone's kind of leaned towards those anyway. I think there's a bunch of consoles that deserve like a special shout out, even so who shouted out earlier, was it Von that said Dreamcast? Like even
I love that shout. That's a good shout.
Like Dreamcast, because Dreamcast showed what not to do, like how not to do a rollout.
And they had those funny little discs too, didn't they? They weren't your normal size discs. Yeah. I was always scared to lose those.
Yeah, well, the screens you could put inside the controller as well, so you could look like where you.
Yes.
It was like a mini map inside your controller.
Did you ever play the Sonic game with that? You had like it was like a Tamagotchi thing to look after on that little screen as well. Yeah,
no,
that was great.
My best friend at the time, his parents bought him that because I'm guessing they hated him. Maybe, I'm not sure. But he had the Sonic game, and we used to go around. But it was just so the console was so junky and just it wouldn't always
Hudson.
locate. Like it was just so it was so complex. But what they tried to do was very good. But I think the console that always gets shitted on a little bit and doesn't quite get its flowers is GameCube. GameCube was such a, for me was such a good console. Like the everything about it, even the little funny discs. It was all so good, and it was so it was a timestamp that I think maybe you don't get with Xbox and PlayStation. Like there's games within those consoles that you do, but GameCube was Nintendo, I think, at maybe its peak, maybe the Wii when that first came out was what it would do, but it was so good, so fucking good. But yeah, right, boys. So this is just before we finish. I want to say thank you to you both for, again, like I've said to every streamer, for supporting me, supporting my platform, and believing in the WeRise streams. Because, like I've said throughout the build up to this, there was a lot of streamers that said no to me, or just didn't reply to me, and they didn't see the vision, and I'm sure they will. And there's going to be a second one, so people will get the opportunity to come on, because I'm going to do a whole new cast. But I do thank you, especially you, Gotham, who I reached out late to, and you said yes without a second thought. Like that meant a lot. And I don't think people quite get how much I appreciate people believing in this, because I started this when I had 10 followers. I was reaching out to people, and people said yes straight away. So I really appreciate you both. And this is your opportunity to plug yourselves, so please let people know where they can find you, let them know your schedule, let them know anything you've got coming up. Gotham, go for it.
Well, it's GothamMonkey, and UK streamer, and you will find me here on Twitch mainly. My schedule is slightly different most weeks, thanks to work in that sense, because I work in retail, so my shifts are different every single week. But yeah, I post clips over on YouTube and TikTok as well, trying to do a bit more of that. I enjoy doing the clip side of things as well. It's quite nice to pass the time with. Yeah, we're not, on the Twitters too, I mean X. No one ever calls it X
no,
anymore.
Who calls it that?
Honestly,
Stop it.
such a
Behave yourself.
stupid. Don't get me started on that. I will lose my shit. But yeah, mainly on Twitch. So yeah.
Have you got a schedule, by the way, Gotham?
I do not. I'd love to have a schedule, as I said, with different days off.
I know you said with your thing, there was like specific days that you stream, or.
No, because my shifts are different every single week. So I usually just stream when I have the next day off work, because my shifts are stupidly early, 4 a.m. wake ups for work. So it's I need to have the next day off. So yeah, but yeah, I go by that, my rota for work. And that's it.
Smitty, go for it. Let people know where they can find you if you have a schedule. I don't
King
think
Smitty here. I actually have no schedule. My schedule is Hudson's schedule. If he's having a good day, if he's having a good day, I'm on the game. I try sometimes. I know you guys have heard me. No, Hudson, get out of the fridge. Hudson, get out of the sink. Hudson, don't do that. Hudson, get off the table. So it's really whenever he's having a good day. You can find me on Twitch. You can find me on TikTok. Twitter is my biggest platform. I actually probably spend more time on Twitter than I do any of them, including Twitch. I enjoy Twitter. I'm part of the Good Vibe Tribe. I don't know if you guys know who Blame the Pain is.
I don't know, but
he's an amazing person. He's an amazing person. Follow him on Twitter if you can. He is uplifting. Either way, I'm part of that. Again, no schedule. No giveaways right now. Just trying to, I'm really just trying to make some friends, honestly. First, but also something I need to say, Deli Meat, thank you so much for hosting this. This has been an epic set of interviews from the very first one at 3 a.m. that I caught.
Appreciate it, brother.
Dude, you're what you were able to do with juggling life, streaming, work, and this schedule. True inspiration, honestly, to be able to do all that.
Yeah, second that.
Just for this, just a little insight. I'm glad I joined this because just today I have gained 3 to 4 followers. I am so appreciative of that. That is huge right there. Again, I'm all about the followers. I could care less about the money. I could care less about the subscriptions, the bits. Is it wonderful getting them? Absolutely. Having you guys in my chat is what I mainly look for. Other than that, man, it's been great. I'm glad I joined up.
Yeah, I just want to add to that, yeah, I appreciate you asking me. Then you're doing an awesome thing here with WeRise. You've got an amazing community as well.
You guys
just
are
keep
really
it up, man.
Cry,
keep
bro.
it up. Yes, cry live. I'm watching. Tears.
As long as it's happy tears, man. We don't want no sad stuff around here, bro.
No.
I mean it, man. Thank you very much.
Do you know what? Like, it is amazing. Like, before I got into streaming, and I'm not going to go into like huge details because I'm a pretty private person. But I went through a very dark period in my life, and I'm someone who's dealt with a lot of depression. I was in a lot of trouble early on in my life. I made a lot of poor decisions, and just before I started streaming, I had a huge loss in my life that I can't talk about, but a huge loss in my life, and I didn't know where I was going, and I started streaming through Slayer. Shout out Slayer as well, one of my best friends. And he made me start streaming, and the way that you guys took to me without a second thought is so fucking I don't even know what the fucking word is, but just so fucking amazing. And the way that people have bought in, like I keep saying, bought into what I'm trying to do, because what I am trying to do is build something for everybody, not just for me. It's not about me, and I'm so happy, Smith, like you said, that you've gained a bunch of followers today, because that is what it's all about. It's just uplifting everyone, including myself, and creating something for us. And like I said, like I keep saying, a safe space, and I'm not talking about safe from the outside world, but just a place where everyone can come in, be who they truly are, not have to put up a front. And we all know when we go to work, we kind of slap a smile on our face and pretend that we don't fucking hate our lives for 5 minutes.
Yep.
I want this to
be somewhere where you can. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I've got my own office, so I can kind of lock myself away. But
my fake smile game is strong.
But yeah, exactly. So everyone can come in here and can say, like, drop in my chat or jump in my streams and say, I'm having a really tough day because of X, Y, and Z, and we can talk about it and be real, because it's so fucking hard in this world to be an individual and actually be yourself without being judged or criticized or someone putting their shit on you. What I'm trying to build is somewhere where someone could go in my Discord, like Von did recently, and like Brit did recently, and say, I'm having a shit day today, and there's people who in there that genuinely reach out to you and genuinely care, and it is away from all everyone who wants to ostracize anyone who's going through something that they're not going through. This is a community that will allow people to be real, because the outside world doesn't allow that anymore. You can't have an opinion anymore. You can't be different anymore, because being different is wrong, and it's just not like that. And I appreciate the fuck out of both of you for coming in today and taking the time out of your busy schedule. Smitty getting up that early, and like I said, one thing I do want to say, Smitty, because I've been in your streams before when your son's being boisterous and stuff like that, and I love it, brother, because we've all got kids, so hearing that is real.
Yeah.
So if there's ever a day when you think you don't want to go live because your son's being loud or being a bit difficult, do it, bro, because it's real. And people vibe with that. When your son was kicking off at the beginning of the stream and I was like having to raise my voice a little bit, I was laughing because I was like, that's me on a day-to-day basis. My son gets out of nursery today at 5:30, and I was like, that's what I'm going to be doing. Like, what he's dealing with right now, that's what I'm going to be dealing with. I love it, bro. So keep being real, because I love it. I love it, bro. You're
that's all I got, man. That's all we got.
Yeah, 100%. So yeah, appreciate the fuck out of both of you.
And I can't wait to spam these deli points. I got 2.5k deli points.
Yeah, I got 6k now. Damn. Let's go. We need to get your meat out.
No, I truly appreciate you. And like I said, on the 20, I think I think it's the 11th of November. No, that's today. 27th of November. I've got the WeRise 2, which will be a whole new cast. But after that, I'm launching something that I really do believe is going to make major waves within the community, and I'll be reaching out to both of you and everyone else that's been on today.
I'll definitely be keeping my eyes peeled, man. I'll definitely be keeping my eyes peeled.
Right, I'm going to take. Chat, I'm going to take a 30-second break while I just nip to the toilet, get a drink, and then we'll be back with Reg and Dread. But again, go follow I Am Smitty, go follow GothamMonkey, both amazing streamers. Appreciate you both, brothers.
Thank you so much, mate.
Thank you so much, Deli.
So good talking to you.
You're amazing, bro. This was great. Thank you so much again.
Love you both.
Love you, bro. See ya.